Blessings, divine twin flames, divine sacred lights. This is Tefnut Light, and it is an honor to be on here with all of you and sharing messages. And thank you for all those that have watched my latest two amazing opening videos of the light really being born now, because we are in the golden age. Welcome to the age of Aquarius, everyone. I am so excited to share this new energy chapter with all of you. And I just want to say a huge thank you to all your comments, all your love, all your shares. It's such an honor to do this work, and this work is shifting as we are all shifting into more the light. And I had a huge vision and message from the divine light that came through last night that was so powerful. We are in the eclipse right now, and it is such a beautiful day, and I just feel this awakening energy that came through me, spiraling through my entire channel, entire being and light body, where I had to actually lay down. It was quite intense, but the energy of the sacred divine and the sacred divine feminine and the sacred divine masculine. We have gone through so much healing, and that was the job. Part of the job of the twin flames was to shift into the new template for the whole planet. And union isn't just the union between the beloveds, it is that as well, but it is the union of the world and the universe. And this is exactly, if we go back to ancient times, what history has been about, what religion has been about, and opposite as well, is we are coming now more into oneness, and the energy of the Christ light is growing. And I am feeling this call, and my heart is just singing this urge to shift into offering that Christ light extension with the feminine divine and the masculine divine, that we are coming more into peace with each other. We will love each other, and it's the end of suffering on this planet. It is still present, but if we can shift the dimension, we can help heal our planet. And as we have healed our own wounds, and we do heal some other wounds that have come up, we are healing the entire planet. As we come more fully into union with ourself and the divine light of however you see that, you are healing the planet just as much as you are helping yourself and your brothers and sisters. Sacred sexuality was something I tapped into last year, and I'm still very much connected to that in a more holy, sacred space. And at the time when I tapped into that, I was so inspired by the sacred holy marriage of Magdalene and Christ. And I still hold that light, but I did not tap into it fully because it was not my job to fully embody that as a healer. My job here is to embody the holy light of sacredness of the masculine and feminine, and a new template and a new way of sacred sexuality. But it's really having to do with sacred ceremony and meditation, and sacred ceremony in the light bodies, embodying the light body and helping others to bring their light body down to manifest this as a new earth for union, for sacredness within your body and within your light, within your life, to create everything you truly have wanted to create from when you were born to before you were born in other lives. It's all coming together now. And the message that came through was that last night was, we have healed so many things from the templates of pain and suffering of both the masculine and the feminine. We have lived in separation, and now that time is over. The time of the new, the union is here in terms of the whole planet. And when the whole planet unifies, also every single thing will unify, and that is a part of the process of the twin flames, of the sacred divine flame. We chose this for this reason, and there are certain rays that are called to do different things, and they have different jobs, and that I'm so grateful for. We all have a purpose. We all have a mission. Some of us are called to do it in a certain way, and other of us are called to do it in another way, and that is fine. And we are embodying that we are all sacred, however we share this with the world. And well, Mary Magdalene and Jesus were here at the time, and there have been many other embodiments, I do believe, and I believe there are embodiments right now on this planet of this divine ray. It was a time of chaos. It was a time of war. There was so much happening, but in order for us to be in this period now, that had to happen before. I believe that the Christ line, the Christ energy, why he was here, and I'm speaking non-religious here, he was here to show us the way we are going to be living now in terms of our compassion, our love on such a deep level. And as a child, I was so inspired by this in terms of the non-religious version, but I saw him as a prophet. And I also saw that his companion, Mary Magdalene, was part of that prophecy. And they still have to this day lines here on this earth and lineages in terms of light that are being born now. But it's a new way of looking at it, a new form of light, a new form of the light body really coming down to earth. And that's what I believe is the second coming of Christ, is we are going to awaken into our sacred feminine, our sacred masculine, join in union, help the planet, heal the planet, and truly show the world what true love is, true peace, true compassion, and true art and creation. And that's when the holy golden age will bloom like a giant golden lotus blossom, and everyone will prosper. It will be this golden Renaissance age. We are just stepping into it now. And I realized after following a woman for a very, very long time who I so admire, who just actually let go of how she's teaching, and I don't know what her next chapter is, I really felt this urge from the energy of the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine from Christ and Mary Magdalene, the urge to share this with the entire world, to go into sacred ceremony, into meditation, into having groups and workshops where we will be residing in Europe, to truly embody a new form of light codes and enter that new Christ energy in terms of purity. And that's what I feel our new way of looking at possibly religion in the future will be about: meditation and coming into peace within ourselves and the whole world, and creating that peace in the physical and creating more of that love in the physical. And that's what the masculine and feminine are here to do: enter this new template with a beautiful light of peace and hope. And how this message came through was very interesting. I was in the kitchen and I realized after watching this one video and why I had been following this person for such a long time, and why I followed part of the path of wanting to go into sacred sexuality in the first place. But to me, it was always about the holy divine spirit of the sacred feminine, and doing it in a way of more of an energetic work and purity and into union with one beloved. I was called to listen to the spiritual energy of my father and of the Christ line and the Mary Magdalene line and the sacred twin flame. Like it was all one coming through me like this giant vessel of light. And I was standing there in the kitchen and I was like, okay, there's something big coming through. And this energy is here to tell me something, to help create more of this frequency here on planet Earth, especially with my divine child that is coming in August. And especially with this energy of this Piscean age ending and now going to the age of Aquarius and the golden light. And I was in the kitchen and all this stuff came through of like, why was there so much suffering? Why was there so much about sins and having to obey? And now I'm feeling that there's going to be a big shift within the entire planet. And it's very hard to describe all this in the physical, in terms of verbal, but I'm doing my best I can. It is about embodying this energy the way the prophets and ascended masters, there's many of them, came to earth as messengers. And I feel we are all on some level messengers of those divine beings. And we carry certain lines and frequencies why we were even incarnated and why we had all those past lives. It comes to a point in history now on planet Earth and even in energetics of the universe that the Christ line and all those beautiful beings that created with them at the time, and then there were books written about them, and there were religions created about them, because there was so much to be healed and there was so much to be learnt in a certain aspect. And the physical had to see how powerful its creation could be from the opposite of love. The opposite of love, and now turning more into love, now turning more into light. There's nothing wrong with all that happened, even though there was a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. But now there is a new template coming through, and I feel this energy that Christ gave to me last night was, and my father, who was extremely religious before he died, and he did also make me suffer in my very young childhood, which I will open up to someday maybe. The energy why we suffered was to learn about something. We were here to learn about the opposite of love, to truly understand what love is, what compassion is, and how we can create a new energy. And in order for more creation of the light, we need to see the shadow, and that's exactly where we just came from. And the shadow was there to teach us how much light we have within us to overcome that aspect. But that aspect did serve us. And now we're coming into more this light. And this is exactly what Christ was here to talk about. Christ and Mary Magdalene were here to show us that you can be in harmony with the masculine and the feminine, and that we actually need each other to create. And the aspect of judgment is over. We are not going to judge each other anymore. We are going to live in harmony. And that was exactly his message. But he had to portray it in such a message and a powerful way that humans didn't understand at the time. And now we're coming to more acceptance. And there were people that understood that at the time. But the truth is, the planet on some level wasn't ready for that message, but they carried it on. And the messages of so many underlying things that religion has not shared with us now is coming into a deeper aspect of truth and of love. And I truly believe that within the next few years and the next centuries, 100 years from now, we will see more religions unifying and coming to peace with each other, the world coming into more peace and to equality for everyone. And that is exactly what the birth of Goddess is this year. Venus is in Jupiter. She is here to expand the love and open up that space. And I saw breadcrumbs on my cutting board yesterday. And this Italian man stayed with us at our Airbnb. He was one of our last guests because we're not meant to do this anymore. And we're really meant to step into this line of work. And this involves the sacred divine twin union, and this has to do with this Christ light I'm feeling very strongly. And the breadcrumbs were all over, and I'm like, wait, I don't cut bread. I haven't had bread. And it was in that moment I realized the breadcrumbs had fallen, and the idea of being enslaved by a certain way of having to live our lives and abide by the system and abide by certain rules and not being able to be who we are on all levels. Now it's ending and becoming, yes, you are accepted, you are loved. And the breadcrumbs just symbolize this ending of suffering, the ending of suffering. And I realized I had in my life, in my 20s and my early childhood, even though I had a lot of enlightenment, I had to realize that something of suffering, there was a pattern of suffering we all had to go through in order to achieve this new divine earth that we were entering, which I believe the earth is ascending, and we are ascending. We are ascending in our missions, in our journeys, wherever you're at. We are all ascending together. We're in this together. And I truly believe that the light is being reborn on this planet, and we will start to see the old ways and the new ways working together. But I truly, truly believe that this is meant to happen, and this sacred union of the Christ light is coming through. And it has very, very much to do with being the humanitarian on this planet and embodying that divine love and divine light for all beings, and truly helping those on their path to manifest their light body in on this earth, because that is what will shift the earth. And every time we do certain work, we are healing the planet as much as we are healing ourselves. And that was the message from Christ and my father who passed away. There was this game I had to be a part of in order to understand what truth of light and love truly is. And I am so grateful for all that. And I understand so many people have suffered, but it is the ending of suffering. And I believe that is why the twin flames have felt so much pain on this earth, because they were feeling the earth, healing their twin and their aspect, because they were healing the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine at the same time. So realize every time you feel something, and I feel this is going to shift really beautifully and powerfully, accept to allow yourself to feel and trust your truth, trust your heart. And this is what will open up this divine energy, and the divine sacred sexual having to do with the unification of the feminine and the masculine comes naturally. And the way the masculine and the feminine used to be viewed from television and billboards, the judgment is going now, and there will be a softening between the two and the masses of the world. And this is huge. This is so huge. And I'm feeling this golden age coming through. And this is huge, really, really big. And my beloved and I will be offering these sacred ceremonies with embodying your light body here on planet Earth, if that's what you are called to do. Not everyone will be called to do it at a certain time, but you know when the time is right for you. And I believe the mass of the twin flame will start to feel that power within themselves. They can create anything. And love is the strongest creator. And that's exactly what I believe Christ and Mary Magdalene were about. But the story has to change of suffering in order to step into love. And that has everything to do with the stories we have embodied as masculine and feminine. And it makes me want to cry because it's so beautiful and powerful. And I know I've been there too. And all of you have been there as well with the stories and the judgment. And now it's time to come more into love. It's love. It's time to be in love with yourself and the planet. And when you spread that light, you spread your light, everything around it will feel it. And that's exactly when the universe and the world will shift together. And I believe we have seen some pretty dark things from the beginning of this year, even last year. That was one of the biggest healing times. Last year was huge. And now it's a new phase. So some of us might not be sure how we're creating now, but no, we're creating from what was meant to be created. And the light and love will win on this planet. I truly believe that. And I'm here as a steward of that divine embodiment. So I will embody and help you embody your divine body as a spiritual being on earth, because we are divinely spiritual physical beings here to create a beautiful shift for everyone to feel, and that we all deserve. So I'm sending you a lot of love, and I hope you enjoyed this message. I know it was quite intense and beautiful, but there is an opening, and it is divine, it is sacred, and I just wrote down our next mission steps of really embodying the divine blueprint of the holy union light, and I'm so excited. So I will see you guys really soon. There will be some more readings coming for all the different elemental signs, and in Bali there'll be a lot more sharing, and also we will be hosting a sacred divine twin flames event for all to feel that would like to sign up for that. So thank you so much, and more sharing will be coming soon. And yeah, be in the moment where you're at and allow yourself to feel this love in this moment in the time. And I love you all so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for doing your work. You are doing a great job. Namaste. Happy solar eclipse.